Hi everybody, this is Victoria. Welcome back to a new episode of Discovering Art Together, and today we are going to talk about color psychology. So this is probably not as well of a known subject. Maybe it is, maybe it's not though, but it was actually really interesting for me because I came upon this by looking at another new photography tutorial, and they were talking about color theory and how it works in photography and how they would use color theory and also color psychology to be specific in photography. But I'm going to take a twist to it, so I'm going to actually apply the color psychology to oil paintings and just generally fine art paintings and portrait paintings. So we are going to take a look at 4 new paintings over here, and I kind of picked some of my more preferred colors that I found out of these portrait paintings or figurative paintings and see if the color psychology matches what we feel and sense by looking at the paintings. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. So just a little glimpse of what color psychology is. Color psychology is kind of more like a mood and feeling that you would feel when looking at this particular color. So for example, if you were looking at orange, for example, you would have creativity, happiness, friendliness, and also confidence, where other colors would kind of express different emotions and moods. So it was actually really interesting when I came by this particular section in this photography tutorial by Pat K, and his video was called The Ultimate Guide to Color Theory in Just 12 Minutes, Photography Visual Patterns, number 4. And it was very inspiring and interesting to see how colors will affect the mood and the feelings we have while looking at a picture or a particular painting. And that's what we're going to do here today, and let's get into it now. We are looking at 4 specific paintings today, and let me introduce you guys to these 4 paintings here. So the first we have is Flaming June. So that's the painting's name, and then this is by Sir Frederic Leighton. And this one is a very gorgeous and beautiful painting over here, and this painting we are going to analyze and explore the color orange. Now the next painting we're going to look at is the Abduction of Psyche, or Psyche, I don't know how you guys say the name for so many ways, different ways of saying that name though, but that one is by William Adolphe Bouguereau, and that one we are concentrating on the color purple, kind of like the color that I'm wearing today. And the next painting we're going to look at, painting number 3, Portrait of Madame Ingres, and that is by no other than Jean-Dominique Auguste Ingres, and that one we are looking at the color blue and seeing what emotions we would feel by looking at that. And last but not least, the 4th painting we are going to look at is Queen Henrietta Maria by Anthony van Dyck. So that one is concentrated on the color yellow. So we got 4 main paintings over here, and then we have 4 main colors. So I specifically chose these colors out just because I like the colors just in general, and it matches the paintings that I found for these specific colors, so it worked out perfectly. And we're gonna concentrate on the colors orange, blue, purple, and yellow. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with painting number 1. Looking at our first painting, I'm going to take a look at Queen Henrietta Maria by Anthony van Dyck. And this painting is also a very gorgeous painting, very classical Flemish painting, because Anthony van Dyck is a Flemish painter. When we look at this painting, the main color psychology is yellow. So yellow kind of describes a little bit of the mood and feeling of warning, optimism, prosperity, and joy. So those are our 4 main categories and feelings that we would probably feel when we take a look at the painting. Now let's take a closer look to see if we actually do feel that, and be aware that this is different for different people. So take it and look at it with your own perspective and thoughts, because some may be like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty right. I feel that when I see the painting, and then sometimes it's like, no, I don't feel that. I just don't see it. But it is a open discovery and exploration, so feel free to experiment and learn to see what you could probably feel by looking at the paintings in a new perspective. Okay, so Queen Henrietta, as you can see over here, does she have the warning sign when we look at the color? Because the only area that we actually do see yellow is the dress. That's the main area that we see that golden yellowish color. Do I feel threatened by looking at this painting? Let's take a look. Let's take a look together. I think it's just generally, I don't think it's a warning of threat, but more of a warning saying that this person is very important, and I believe we probably should listen to her to a certain extent. So that could be the warning sign of why the artist maybe used or probably used the color yellow instead of any other color. Like, definitely it could be because was the only colored dress that they have at the moment, couldn't choose anything else, or maybe it was her favorite dress so she just wore it for her portrait, right? But we can kind of think of a possible way that yellow is considered a warning to tell you that she is the queen. Please respect her and do not do anything stupid or disobey or anything like that. Okay, so that's the first quote, or what's a good word for this? Or kind of feeling and mood that we would feel when we see this painting. Yellow. Okay, so the next one is optimism. Do we see optimism in this painting? Optimism, I would say it's pretty optimistic. She seems pretty happy, looking forward to getting her portrait done. She has a good positive energy, so I guess that's optimism in a certain way. Other than that, I don't think I see anything else. If you guys see anything, please let me know, because there's a reason where there's a comment section below, so feel free to write what you think while looking at this painting. Yeah, that's pretty much it for optimism for me. In this painting, she looks positive, so hey, it's great. She's sending the correct vibe. Nothing too dark or schemy. The next feeling or emotion that yellow describes is prosperity. So, in a way, prosperity has a lot of definitions to it. I kind of look at it to a little bit more like, yes, we see the rich part of it, we see the wealthy part of it, we see the success. We do see it mostly probably because this particular subject and figure is the queen. So that's a given, right? So, but it was great that the color matched the person very well, and I guess that's a way to link together color psychology with the subject. So maybe the artist have thought about it a little bit and kind of like, okay, What would be a good color for the queen to have a deeper meaning to it, right? So there's that. And then last but not least is joy. So do we feel joy when we see this painting? I say I do. I feel pretty happy with it. Yellow's like usually like a happy kind of feeling, you know, and I think so that's one of the reasons why we have the smiley faces, the color yellow, because it's round, shape matters too, and the color matters too. It's happy, sunny, and all that. It's nice and warm, so it has like a very friendly feeling to it. So yeah, I would say it does bring joy to look at this painting, and I'm pretty sure it brought a lot more joy to the family members of the queen, and it was just a very nice, warm combination of color theory and color psychology. Okay, now in painting number 2, we are going to look at Flaming June by Sir Frederic Leighton. And this is a very gorgeous painting. It is mesmerizing, it has very interesting composition, but we are going to talk about color psychology. So, what does orange represent? Orange represents creativity, happiness, friendliness, and confidence. So we got these 4 emotions. Let's see if we feel them when we take a look at this painting. So, first, creativity. She seems somewhat creative in a way. She's sleeping in a very interesting way. We're taking it up in a very interesting way. And she might be having a very interesting dream. So if we kind of take a closer look at her, yeah, I would say it's quite creative. I would say this painting itself, not just the color, but the composition itself is pretty interesting. It's very creative how Sir Leighton has picked different colors and kind of color harmonies too, and also just generally the pose that he chose for this lady is quite creative. So yay for creativity. The next thing is happiness. So do we feel happiness when we take a look at this painting? So I would say happiness. She seems happy with her dream. She's sleeping, right? She's taking a nap, so she must be not having a nightmare, because she doesn't express that expression on her face. So she seems pretty happy. She seems pretty calm when she's taking that nice little nap of hers. And yeah, I would say she seems pretty happy. Not like over exhilarated happy though, but she seems happy. And now the next one is friendliness. So do we see friendliness in this? I would say yes, because orange tends to be kind of somewhat part of the similar family of yellow. So it's happy, it's joyful, I would say it's friendly. And not only just the bright orange that kind of helps show this emotion, he used a lot of earth tones too, so that also kind of categorizes a little bit more someone in the orange side, and that makes it very friendly. It looks very comfy, so I would say friendliness, kind of comfy, somewhat relates a little bit together. So I would say, yeah, it does have that friendliness feeling to it. It feels nice. Yeah. And last but not least is coincidence. Oh, sorry, not coincidence, confidence. And coincidence. But with confidence over here, we are going to take a look at kind of seeing, does she feel confident in her sleep? Does she feel confident having a good dream? Well, I would say yes. She kind of has that nice vibe and energy where it's like she finally went into her unconsciousness and started to dream whatever happy dream she was dreaming. So I would say she has that confidence of being able to sleep in a very odd position. That's pretty confident there. A good way of saying that there is confidence in this painting. I would probably not sleep like that myself. It looks very uncomfortable. Kind of. I could feel my back aching. I'm just looking at that. It's a nice composition aesthetic though, but I don't think I would want to be in that pose personally. Okay, and painting number 3 now. So we are going to take a look at Madame Ingres. And this, we are looking at the color psychology of blue. So blue, what do we see? Well, what does blue represent? Blue represents calm, serenity, trust, and reliability. Ooh. Okay, so we got calmness. Would you say this painting is calm? Let's take a look at it together. Does it look calm? Let's take a look. Yeah, I would say it's pretty calm. She looks confident. A little bit from our previous painting. Some of the energy from the previous painting that's passing on to this painting. She looks calm. I would say very well balanced. I would probably tilt towards balance and calmness and just kind of having a very even and sturdy feeling when I'm looking at this. And next, we're gonna look at serenity. So, does she look composed? Yes, she is quite composed. Okay, composed, and she has the calmness as she stares back at us. So I would say we got that serenity. She's got that clear vision. It's like, yes, I have this confidence in posing in this posture and being confident in what I'm wearing. So yeah, I'd say we see that serenity energy in her. Now, trust. Do we trust this person when we look at this painting? I think that really depends on the person. But I would say she seems quite trustful. Like, what is she gonna do? Like, really, that's a question for you guys. What is she gonna do? What does it look like she's going to do? But I would say she's quite trustworthy. Has a great balance. Trustworthy. And, like, definitely, this is another question for something else, though, but don't judge people by what color they wear. Like, definitely color psychology has its meaning behind it, though, but sometimes appearance can be deceiving, so don't technically judge a person depending on, like, what they're wearing. And, yeah, it's interesting how things turn out sometimes, though. But I would say she is quite trustworthy. She seems confident. She's got that serenity. She has that composure. Yeah, she's good. It's like fake it till you make it, right? Okay, and then the last for this painting is reliability. Would you rely on her? Yeah, she seems pretty strong. I would say she seems quite reliable, mostly when she's Aang's wife, and I believe that he has gotten a lot of support from his beloved wife. And yeah, strong women. Yeah. Okay, and the last painting, painting number 4. So we are going to look at the abduction of Psyche, or however you want to say it. I am butchering this name. But, okay, let's see what purple means for color psychology. Purple means luxury, wealth, virtue, and comfort. Ooh, comfort. We've seen that a little bit earlier on in this video. Okay, so do we see luxury in this painting of the abduction of Psyche? I would say luxury in a heavenly, celestial, godlike manner. Does that count? Heavenly treasures. I would probably say Psyche probably was a heavenly treasure. I don't know a lot about mythology, so I'm sorry for those who do know the story about this particular mythological painting. And please feel free to comment below. I would love to know more about this story of these two. But I would say it does have that luxury of the godlike essence to it. Now, wealth. Do we see wealth in this painting? Are gods rich? There are gods of riches and wealth and prosperity, but I I would say the richness really comes from the lighting of the painting. Like, do you see that? Like, nice lighting from the top. It's got like a nice warm glow, and that yellowness is a great complementary color for purple because they are opposite colors in the color wheel. So that was a great way of color composition. Great job, Mr. Bouguereau. And yeah, I would say that would probably match pretty well for, well, I can't see anything else out of that though. Let's go to the next one. Virtue. Do we see virtue in this? Do we see goodness, morality, decency, nobility? Well, the the name is very not moral because it's like an abduction of somebody. So I'm not sure if there's the goodness in this. Maybe he was this person that's stealing her. Maybe he's got good intentions. I don't know. Maybe. That'll be very interesting though. But that's up to you guys to kind of choose whether this expresses the feeling of virtue. And last but not least, comfort. Do we feel comfy in this, or do we feel comfy looking at this painting? I would say she seems pretty happy, even though it's an abduction. I think Bouguereau always does a great way of expressing nice emotions and all that. But I would say the color doesn't look comfortable. Like, the fabric is the fabric of the cloth looks pretty comfy though, and that's the only thing that's actually purple. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit iffy on that one. I think the last three expressions that was for this painting didn't quite match it, so this color psychology kind of worked, kind of didn't quite click with me though. But hey, if you guys find something, let me know. And yeah, there you go. That's it for today. We got our color psychology, and we kind of did a little bit of experiment just to see whether if the color psychology and the emotions that it gives by looking at these colors express what they actually mean in the color psychology terms and stuff. So it was an interesting exploration and discovery, and feel free to actually take a look at the paintings a little bit closer and just kind of see what you feel when you take a look at the paintings. And also, I'll give you guys a little mini exercise at the end too, so feel free to actually do this experiment with some of your personal favorite paintings, or even photographies and pictures. Like, it doesn't have to be an actual painting though. Painting will probably relate a little bit more of the video though, but you guys can use anything. So take a look at your favorite picture, take a look at your favorite painting, and see if you feel this feeling and emotion that this color is told to bring when you take a look at it. But definitely it's just a tool that you could use to kind of link together and express the psychology behind the colors though, but they aren't all constant. And I believe with color psychology, I don't think you have to check off every single emotion that it's supposed to express. You can have a little bit of this, a little bit of that though, because the painting itself doesn't consist just that one color. So that's what I mean. Like, you can't really just kind of go one way or the other. It's kind of like a mix of it depends. So, but yeah, okay. And I hope you guys learned something new today in this new color psychology video in discovering art together, and I'm looking forward to sharing more discoveries and trying out new fun experiments, and kind of seeing it in a new way and twisting it up a little bit. But yeah, okay. And if you guys like this video, please remember to click the like button, click the subscribe button to get more new updates, and also please comment below if you have any questions about color psychology, and if you would like to kind of share your thoughts on what feeling and emotion you guys felt by looking at these paintings. Okay, and I shall see you guys in the next episode, so make sure to stay tuned for another new Discovering Art together. Okay, well, have fun, you guys. Have fun trying out and exploring, experimenting, do your homework, and I shall see you next week. Okay, take care. Thanks again. Bye.